Good day. Hello, Denise. How are you? Thanks for being here. It's Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. We're going to begin by consecrating a couple of handmade rosaries here. Wonderfully made. Great intention. Hello, Ramberto. How are you? Ramberto. Is that correct? Ram, like Ram, R-O-M? Or is it Ram? I'm not that good in. And what nationality is that? I'm going to guess Latino or Spanish. Thank you, and good to see you. Correct. Which one? Romberto, I'm guessing. Yeah, let's get started with consecrating those rosaries. I don't have a big plan on a sermon today. It's been kind of hectic. Maybe I'll give you an update on what was keeping me busy and a little bit stressed. Yesterday was the lawsuit that I'm trying to learn about. This is my first ever lawsuit, at least in a big court. I had a small claims when I was in high school, but that was pretty simple. I did find that I liked law back then, and the importance of words, and that's critical, especially with meaning and intent, and they can be, used and manipulated and whatnot over time. And there's even a really good teacher, if you will, I should say. He's proficient at how the English language was made into a mathematical setup so that it couldn't be misunderstood. With our current language, there's so many misunderstandings with the words, and the way they set it up mathematically was really quite brilliant. And it's not so easy to learn when you get older, just because we're so set in what we understand and how we speak, because the speaking part is the part that gets difficult. Writing is a little bit easier with this correctness, and it's parse, syntax, correct grammar, parse, syntax, something like that. But anyway, there's one gentleman out there who's teaching it very, very well. They're suppressing him. He's on YouTube. Shout out to Jason Matthew Glass. All right, let's get started today with the consecration, and then we'll have our Good Day Rising prayers. In nomine Deum, matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I consecrate these rosaries in nomine Deum, matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. With your authorization, may they be a sign of your love for us and a protection from a temptation and a weapon against all evil for the owner or bearer for all time. In nomine Deum, matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Trinity, and in Catholic contemplation humbly venerate the Divine Family. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility. I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O Most Holy Trinity, relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O most holy Trinity, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the most holy Trinity for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory. O most holy Trinity, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the most holy Trinity the graces which are necessary to us. O most holy Trinity, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, Mother of God, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinity, as envisioned by Saint Lucia as the most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because they offend thee, O most holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. In nomine Dei Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Deum Obiscum, et quoque apud te, oremus. Fidelium Deum Iesum Christum, omnium conditor et redemptor animabus famulorum cetorum, remissionum cunctorum tribue peccatorum, ut indulgentiam quam semper obtaverunt, piis supplicationibus consequentor. Qui te convivit et reinat in una divina familia, qui erat est et erat in aeternum. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, hanc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indinius famulus tuus offeritibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro in nomine vidibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum, vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiat ad salutem. Deum qui humanae substantiae dignitate medividit condidisi et medividus reformasti, da nobis spiritus atque divina mysterium meus divinitatis esse consortis qui militatis nostrae, fieri dignatis est paticeps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui te convivit et reinat in unitate Dei, unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris, tuum deprecantis clementium, ut expertu divinae majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum odore suavitatis ascendat. in spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito suscipiam orate Deum Iesum Christum, et sec sacrificium nostrum et spiritu tu hodie, uplaciat tibi Deum Maternum nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo, et accapere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas concoblationum cum tibi efferimus amorem passiones, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Dei Maternum Nostrae et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut illis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem ad salutem, et illi pro nobis intercedere in interim calis, quorum amorem agimus in telis per illum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut meam ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat op Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipia Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tuis ad laudam et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem quoque nostram totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum obiscum, quoque pote, solusum corda habemus ad Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitur clementissimi Mater et Pater et Deum Maternum Nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum Nostra, supplices rogamus et petimus, uti accepta habeas, et sanctificas haec sanctam sacrificium irribata, in primis quae tibi efferimus, pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodire, ad honore, et regere dineris toto obiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famorum creatuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange with no usury. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society through discernment and courage. We ask that all quote-unquote gay marriage, all pornography, and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately. We ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that women come to understand that raising traditional Catholic families is a very high ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes, and that we learn to grow natural fruits and vegetables and raise healthy animals without pharmaceutical intervention or harmful feeds. We ask to make known publicly who murdered St. Lucia. And we ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We ask that Catholic families bring back Catholic morals, values, and virtues, that men and women stop feeding their time, money, energy, and attention to sports, celebrities, worldly entertainment, vain surgeries, and worldly vices, and to focus their attention and time to raising Catholic families for the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany to save and free the souls of Catholics from the heresies of the Jews. We pray for a return to peace at ourladiesgod.com. And we ask the Most Holy Trinity to save or transfer the souls from under the dominion of any Jew or Freemason that gives support to Israel. Please remove all forms of Freemasonry and its organizations throughout the lands and guide the members into the submission of the Trinitarian Theophany through correct baptism and confession. We ask you to recognize the authority of the Catholic Church to be in Portugal. Please nullify any attempts to establish anti-Semitism propaganda into any rules, codes, laws, statutes, or policies in any government or corporation. And please eliminate any obstacles in front of those who are trying to nullify the state of Israel. Please eliminate the Jews who tortured, crucified, and continue to insult your Son, Deum Iesum Christum, and those who are interfering with our Mass as well. We ask the Most Holy Trinity that all Catholics be given the grace to be accountable, so that we each may have a holy hatred for sensuality, as St. Catherine of Siena encouraged a repentant shame for the offenses we have committed and continue to commit against thee, and a deep love of thee and of souls, so much that we desire nothing more than to be of service to thee in every moment of our lives. All these things we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Trinity's divine will and intention. We also pray for Katie, Gage, Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Letitia, Mindy, Clarette, Mark Jr., Dennis, Barbara and Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Luis Antonio Cantu, the Cantu and Duarte families, Michaela McLarnon and family, Janelina Laurie Aaron and family, Maria and the Lineweber family, the Cahill, Kendrick, Shorten, Nolan, Dosco, Kane, Nye, Tafur, Began, Wolf, Camerano, and Pahalski families and their intentions. All these things we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Trinity's divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognit est, et nota devotio procubis tibi ferimus, vel qui tibi protox sacrificium laudis, processuis omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum prospe salutis et calamitatis suae, tibique redunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero, communicantes et memoriam venerantes, in primis gloriosae, semper Deum Maternam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Beatorum Martyrium Torum, Papa Sancta Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meditis, praecibusque cancedas ut in omnibus protectiones tuae monem exilio, per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus, consecratum acceptabilem fecedit ineris ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat dictissimi Filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem in sancta sacramentis manus suas. Et derivatis oculis in calamate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum sum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit frege dedique lumis sui dicens, accipite et mandacate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremoniae est accipiens et hunc preclarum, caricem in sancta sacra onorabilis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecrave dedique lumis sui dicens, accipite et vivite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, et escum purificeritis in meum facetis. Unde et memores Deum nos servitui, sed plebs tua sancta justem Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beatae passiones nec non et inferis resurrectionis, sed in caelos gloriosae ascensionis offerimus praeclare maiestati tuae de tuis donis actatis, supra quae propitio axere nudo respicieri digneris. Supplices terramus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iube hec preferibile manus tuum ut quod ex hoc apparis participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem sincerimus, omni sanctificatione calesse gratia Dei per amor per Deum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Pauletto Frias, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus Christum quiscentibum locum refrigeri ducis et paucis ut ontorge est proclamor per Deum Christum Deum nostrum. Per quum hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Patrum omnipotente in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sanctam tuum in mulieribus, Dea matronam nostrae, materam Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum abondibus malis, praeteritis praesendibus et futuris, et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitius pacem in Deus nostris, ut opi misericordiae tuae aduiti te peccato, simus semper libere et ab omnia perturbazione securi. Per Deum Deum nostrum, Iesum Christum, Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum, Iesum Christum, sit semper vobiscum et quoque pote. Acem ex Deo consecratio corporis et sanguinis, Deum Iesum Christum fiat ecipentibus, nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque pote. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, corporante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam mundum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacrosantum tu corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et facime tui semper in harare mandatis. Et etinum quam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indinius sumere praesimo non mihi provini et in indicium et condemnationem. Sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi ad tutumentem et isse corporis et ad medelam percipiendam, qui vivis et regnas cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem celestem ecipium et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Dea matronam nostrae non sum dignis, ut et esse tecum meas in tante di verbus naveranam mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignis, ut et esse tecum meas in tante di verbus naveranam mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignis, ut et esse tecum meas in tante di verbus naveranam mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. quid retribuum Deum Iesum Christum promnibus quae retribuit mihi, calicem saetaris accipimet nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudans invocabo Deam matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Odoris sumus Deum Iesum Christum pyramete capiamis et immunere et abraefit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum consumsi sanguis quam patari et heriat visceribus meis apraesta, ut in me non remaniat scedula macula quem purat sancta reficerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apotei, oremus. Animabus quae sumus Deum Iesum Christum famalorum fambrum cetuorum, oratio proficiat supplicantionum, ut eas et a peccatis omnibus exuas, et tuae redemptionis facias esse particepes, qui tecum vivit et regnat in una divina familia, qui erat est et erat in aeternum. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apotei, ite missa est. Deum gratia. Sacia tibi sancta Trinitam, obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificim colloquiis tuae maestatis in minus auctoribus et acceptabrem et omnibus, proquibus idut auctoris sit miserante publicade et Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam Nostra, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. O most holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinity, I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Deum Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias.
O salutaris hostia, que celi pandis hostium, vela premunt hostilia, darobas auxilium. Unitrinoque Deum, sit sempiterna gloria, qui vitam sine termino, nobis donet in patria. O saving victim, open wide the gate of heaven to us below. Our foes press on from every side. Thy aid supply, thy strength bestow. To thy great name be endless praise. Immortal Trinity, one in three, grant us for endless length of days in our true native land to be.
So like I said, I didn't have a great amount of anything really to prepare for today. So thank you for being here. Hello, Truth Heart. How are you? Good to see you. And but I did wanted to just give you a heads up. There's a lot happening. We're making advances in some of the financial end of things. I have to learn to trust, and that's what we all have to do, is learn to trust our that what they say your gut, and it's an interior thing that when you have this question in your head that says like, well, why don't I just do that? Okay, that's usually what you should do, and it has to be based though on reason, not solely on emotion. So I was trying to respond to the suit that they had taken against me for non-payment of the loan for the camper that I never received, which monies I never received either. They were sent directly to the scammer. And so what's happened is the court wanted me to file electronically, and I was resisting that because I was told, they can't make you do that. You can file manually. So again, my gut was just saying, well, why don't I just respond to their lawsuit with the paperwork that I have that proves that there never was a loan to begin with, that they got paid initially from my signature, and I didn't follow my own, intuition, if you will. So it got drawn out an extra month now. And so then I was put in touch with another gentleman because my motion to petition or submit paperwork manually was denied. And so then I was like, okay. So then I sought out an additional advice, and it was said, no, you can submit electronically. It doesn't change your status or anything like that. So I was right from the beginning, and I should have just did that. So that's what I was working on yesterday. I'll work on today as well. But that gave me a huge relief, especially with the last week, with all the events that's going on. I felt like I was drowning, like some of you do. And I pray for all of you who are having difficulties with the website and myself. I'm doing my best not to change a thing, just to keep going with what I'm doing. And for those who only know me through the YouTube channel, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's good. Keep it that way. I will be sending out, as you saw, there was 2 large Pixes with hosts. I will be sending them out to some people who requested them. So if Ramberto, if you're in the States anyway, I can do that for you as well. It gets a little tricky overseas. I'm not sure how that would work, or out of country. Yes, so that's where we're at. Please go and sanctify all those who meet. I promise I will have a lesson for tomorrow. That will be Thursday, and we'll get to more Catholic things. It is kind of Catholic with the lawsuit thing, because we need to get rid of that Jewish system of law in this country, and this whole Jewish system of finance. They kind of like go hand in hand, and you have to quote unquote beat them at their own game, because they lie and deceive, and there is a remedy within the current law, but we have to. It's hidden. It's not meant for people to know. That's why they stopped teaching law at least in the States. I think it was in the early 1900s. They stopped teaching it in public schools. It should be taught. It should be known, so that you don't have to rely on British accredited agents that are controlled by the Jewish mafia. So yeah, that's where we're at. please go and sanctify all those who you meet. Stay joyful, and we'll see you tomorrow